Howdy, this is Sailor the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man, coming to you from the island of Puerto Rico. I hope you guys are doing fine tonight. I'm gonna be smoking some Peterson Nightcap. I feel like a little Latakia and a little burly, something a little stronger. And well, my friends, Ukraine is free another day, huh? I mean, it's amazing. And like I said, I had a couple of Ukrainian friends when I was in the military, and they were some tough cookies, you know. And so, guys that I didn't grow up with, these guys are Ukrainians that their families had come after World War II to the United States, and they lived in Chicago, and they were construction workers, skyscrapers. I believe their father built I think it was the Sears building, one of the tallest buildings in Chicago. They all worked, you know, hard, hard jobs. So they befriended me, and I had great respect for them. Also, to have some great Polish friends, and they had similar values, and they often spoke to me about freedom and the lack thereof. And in a way, I'm sorry the way my children are seeing what's happening, and I'm sorry that they have to see this, but they have to understand. My children have to understand. These young kids have to understand. Freedom is not a given. That you have to fight for it, and there's a reason why I believe we have the right to bear arms. I don't think nobody in the United States is going to be talking too much about arms control now. After seeing something like this, you'd have to be ludicrous to give up the right to bear arms to protect your family, your home, your nation. And yeah, I needed this. It tastes so good right now. Mmm, nice smell. Beautiful, mild, but nice English blend. Shout out to the New Jersey Piper. He went out and bought himself one of these bad boys, the Harp. They have a great smoke. It's great. They got another model. It's not as big like that. I'm gonna get that one too. I really like the fact that it's wide big. You know, I'm missing that bicuspid. So yeah, I'm not a young guy anymore. So my kids, my son, used to always tell me, "Man, Dad, you're always talking about survival training to remember to save water when they were young." I have been instructing them since they were like 12 or 13 years old. When they were young. Preserve water. Have a fire starter. Remember, the most important thing is water, and to have protein, and to always carry a jar of peanut butter in your knapsack or in your rough pack. Well, you get this pushback like they think they know it all, and you're just trying to tell them for their own good. Like you guys. I'm sure you guys have a carton of peanut butter, right? Who doesn't like peanut butter? Well, that's a good source of protein. Peanut, peanut butter, peanut butter or peanuts. You can keep it for a long time. You know. I noticed. I used to have this MRE from Vietnam days. An old packet. I said, "Is this stuff good?" I opened it up, and it had peanut butter there. And I tried it. It was hard. It was like, it was good. It was edible. I was out in the boonies. We had just finished a forest march of, I think we did 55 miles. I was aching, and I couldn't sit, man, because after about the 20 click mark, I had to check these guys' boots. All these Marines were like, "Eh." They used to call me Santi for Santiago. Yo, Santi, I got this here, I got this here. I said, "No, you ain't building hard on me. You gonna finish at 52. You can't be weak. I don't care if you're in the supply corps or not. You gotta be able to walk out of city limits." I always tell my kids that. How long did it take you to get outside the city limits? It might be 15 miles, 20 miles. So you have to be in condition to walk. You don't have to be fast, but you got to keep yourself. At this moment right now, because if I done it, it would hurt me, but I could do 20, 25, 30 miles a day. I'd be hurting because I'm overweight, my knee, but mentally, I always, I still bench 475 10 times, squat, not bench, but squat, 475. Yeah, my legs are pretty strong. And you take your time. You gotta have a good chest, deltoids, carry your backpack, have your walking stick, plenty of water, plenty of protein, have your survival kit. You can get it at Amazon, survival kit, fire starter. It has everything all set up for you. Check it out. I just ordered and I don't need it, but I'm having it here, and it expires 5 years. It's this liquid water with vitamins and proteins and enzymes and all that, and it's already sealed and it's sold by the U.S. Coast Guard. And it's drinkable water. It comes in 50 packs. You can smoke one. I mean, you could smoke. You could drink one a day, and still stay hydrated. You know. Another thing I used to always practice is fasting. Cutting down to one meal a day. My wife used to go, "Why you want to come 1 meal a day?" I say, never let your body get lazy. You know. And if you don't have weapons, well, makeshift, make some. Easily make weapons. Something to carry on. You're walking out of city limits. That sounds crazy. You see this? Keep 110. Keep 110. Couple of matches, a fire starter in there as a survival tent to start fires. This is the easiest thing to do to start a fire, man. Get tobacco, especially burley. Just light that bad boy up. I have a tin of 4 fuel-based charcoal as part of my starter kit, survival kit. I keep it wrapped up with this. Put this under the charcoal. Light it right up. Unless you got Bunsen burner high tech stuff. But you notice that you can also take charcoal and smash it down to small pieces, and with grass, you can add onto it. It's a way to start a fire right in the middle of nowhere. I'm basically talking about somebody that doesn't know much, and you live in an urban environment. The most important thing is water. You gotta stock up on water, and you got to have something to carry out. I got all kind of stuff. I got see this one. These are really nice. I keep this around. You know, I got all kinds of stuff. Always have shades, pair of shades depending on where you live. Always have a cap, good pair of hiking boots, good pair of sneakers, windbreaker. I love shelter halves. I used to have 2 or 3 shelter halves, canvas. Boom, put it up, set it up for me or somebody else. Basically for me, my wife has her own. I said you either have your own or you gonna suffer out there if anything goes down. I bought my wife a life preserver. She knows how to swim. So Puerto Rico's broken up. Puerto Rico's like an archipelago, broken up into different sections and these rivers. And we ever had to cross the river and you have to walk it from San Juan area up into the mountains, you're gonna have to go through rivers. So I bought that for her. A nice thing to have if you can. Small surfboard, boogie board. You got a truck. Always have gas, man. Always have gas. You got a huge truck, you should have extra 20 gallons of gas. Put it somewhere, bury it. Gotta have water, gotta have protein. Canned goods, tuna, salmon. Use rice cakes. I also carry like protein powder, because in it has amino acids, has all the essentials, and you could just put water in it and just pour it down. There you go. That's your meal. Yeah, see a little bit. Oh yeah, you can't get one of these bad boys too. You know, ah, butane. Always keep aspirin. You know, whatever you think you don't need, that's what you could buy. Oh yeah, so don't ever think you can't have it. Freedom is precious, man. You know, and know what tribe you're a part of. And what I mean by that is, always have 2 or 3 guys that you know. If anything goes down, they're gonna get your back. I got my brothers, 2 of my brothers, and I know two or three veterans that live up in the mountains. I got one veteran who's a fisherman. He knows about boats. He knows how to navigate Caribbean. I know how to sail. And I always see, he goes, man, you're always talking about survival. Yeah, I'm always in that mode. Survival mode. You send me. You know, I went to Panama school, jungle school. You know, get yourself a K-bar knife. Don't mess around with them Gerber knives. Don't mess around with them fancy looking knives. Go get yourself a U.S. Marine Corps or one of those machete. with the shelf on it. Oh yeah, serious. But I'm telling you, because I used it. Portable canteen, purification pills. No, don't know what could happen. Oh, it ain't never gonna happen. We're never gonna have a nuclear fallout. Who knows? Then what? You're gonna robbing bands of people. Robbing bands of people. Just like all them the movies. You think you're gonna get out of there with your SUV? Where you going? Everybody's gonna think the same thing. Head up for the hills. Everybody think every time there's a hurricane, what do people do? They get on the highway and they're stuck on the highway, man. And while they're at the highway, I'm walking out of there. I'm walking out of there. You might get there in a day, it might take me 2 days, but I'm walking out of there. Know the back roads. You always have a map. That's part of your survival guide. Small transistor radio. Walkie-talkie. With different bands. I really believe in 4-band radio. I used to have my when I was a kid, ham radio license. Yeah, man. I was a good Boy Scout. I promised to do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to keep myself physically, I don't know, morally straight, morale straight, something like that. It's been years, man. Yeah, I was a second class scout. Learned all my first aid, all my survival skills. Learned how to make bow, walking sticks. That's why I learned how to track. How to make compasses. I miss that. Too bad we don't have like a Boy Scout unit. I would love to pass that knowledge on to these kids, man. That was fun when I was a kid. Boy Scout, you knew about edible plants and the roots and cactus. You learned about poison snakes, rattlesnakes, and you know how to make shelters. Oh, I love. Hey man, let's go out. Let's make shelters. I still love it to this day. I still love making shelters, man. There's something that reminds me when I was a kid. My brother and I used to always make shelters, man. You know? Where the news is going on. So, the other day I called my son. I said, "You remember everything I told you?" He go, "Oh, Dad, I knew you was gonna call me." I said, "Seriously now, you live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's a good thing. Other thing is, teach your girls. So he's got 2 daughters, my grandchild. Teach your girls. Don't get lazy. Teach them how to canoe, how to hike. Teach them. Because the day you gone, they gotta survive. You know? One thing I've been noticing, I'm gonna call this random thoughts. I know I'm talking about survival stuff. I'm starting to get into my random thought. I noticed on TV, all the anchor women, all the women. I watched it from early this morning to just now. Different programs. All the women are like talking about the nuclear. What do you think? You think we're going to be under nuclear threat? That's all they talked about. The men didn't. That didn't even go by their head. All the women were, that was the one worry all day long. The women were asking these generals, retired generals, about nuclear, about Putin talking about nuclear. Does he really mean it? Because people scared. That means they ain't ready. They ain't ready for their maker. You know? The whole thing, these women got everything, cosmopolitan magazines, they got their beauty, beauticians, they do their nails, they get soft. That's why I love my wife. She can hump, man. She can walk more than me. She could. She pushing 60 too. I prepare a backpack. She ready to go. I can't have one of these dainty, whining wives. Oh, my beauty. I said, tie your hair up, cut it short. That's what I told her. I says, we in survival mode, cut all your hair. What? Cut your hair. Sanitary. You don't know when you're going to grow it back. For sanitary reason, you cut your hair. Unless you're a man, you keep your beard. You gotta, the things you gotta do, survival mode. So, man, this is good today. I haven't smoked this in a month. It's a little dry, but for some reason, I like smoking this dry. Dry burns better, you know. So this little pipe right here just smokes, just doing fine. Now I want to get one of them long pipes that I see Tunnel has. I like them long too, you know. Got my yeah. Let me go out later, smoke me another one. I'll be fine for tonight. Remember, you gotta earn freedom and you gotta protect it. It's the Sailor the Piperman, Piper the Sailor Man, signing off, smooth sailing, and see you guys on another day.